Welcome to Deep Dive with Dr. D. The entire goal of this podcast is to help you see that you have it within you to do amazing things. Yeah, so we will get started. Good morning, everyone. It is, we got a little rain this morning in Ellensburg. And I always do, this is kind of a dad thing I always do now in Ellensburg. You know what I love about rain in Ellensburg? It stops. Yeah, it's already stopped. Yeah. So welcome to Deep Dive with Dr. D. I always do my quick shameless plug for my book. If you haven't read it yet, it's out there. You can get it wherever you buy books, and locally in Ellensburg at Gerald's, Pearl Street Books. In fact, at Gerald's there's two copies left of the original version. So if one day I got famous, you'd have something really cool like whoopee. And then online, Amazon.com, you can get it as an ebook wherever you read ebooks. And then Audible has yours truly narrating it. So there you go. Shameless plug for my book. I always say I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for every guest I have. But much like Corey, who I had last week, Andy is one of my best friends in the world. He's squarely, it's funny when I say what I'm about to say, he's squarely in my circle of influence. But Andy's someone, we don't talk every day. But we trade our quotes of the day. If you see my quotes of the day, Andy does that. We send each other that. And then we'll text here and there. He is someone, if I'm struggling with life, he's a male that I'll reach out to. And we've known each other 15 years.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in there. A long time. And I'm going to let him introduce himself, but I was thinking about you this morning. You have a way about you that you're easy to talk to. Like you and me work in completely different worlds. I actually looked up some Professor Farmer jokes. Yeah. Like, I'm a college professor and this is Farmer Andy. But in the entire time I've known you, you're one of the coolest humans I know. And I watch you in the world, right? Yeah. Like how you are with people, and you bring people in a way that's really, really cool. So I appreciate that about you. So introduce yourself to, the world out there. This goes on YouTube. It goes on my podcast channel. So, a lot of our friends are watching over here, but for those that don't know you, give a Reader's Digest bio of Andy Rosbach.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I'll do as well as you did, but
it's okay. It's all right.
My name's Andy Rosbach. I live in Ellensburg, Washington. I'm a fourth generation hay farmer. My family's been doing that since 1894. I'm a person, a long time. I'm a recovering addict, with 17 years clean. Mm-hmm. I'd say, those are the two probably, biggest things that I do with my day-to-day life. Mm-hmm. I'm also a father to two and a husband to one. Mm-hmm. So
that's good. Husband to one. That's probably enough.
They're all very independent.
And I should have told you, shift your chair a little so we're kind of facing each other. You're still in the frame. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. Yeah.
So, they're all pretty independent and occasionally need a ride or a few bucks, but not too often. So,
and one of them's driving now.
Yes. Ruby's 20, so she's
been driving.
She's been driving, and the other one, Lila's getting close.
Okay.
So she'll be 15 in February.
Wow.
So, I think, that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Fourth generation farmer.
Yeah.
1894.
Yes, my great grandfather was he came to America from Denmark and was on his way to Seattle. Okay. To be a logger, I think.
Okay.
Is the story I've heard. And the train stopped in Ellensburg and he got off and never got back on.
Wow.
And so that's kind of how it started.
Okay.
And then it's, just continued on.
That's another story of what my belief about Ellensburg is. It's kind of like the song Hotel California. Yeah. You can come, but you can never leave.
It's hard to leave. I left for a bit.
You did.
Yeah. I lived in Portland for about 6 years. And I liked...
Were you married then? With
we weren't married, but we were together.
So you and Christine.
Yeah, Chris and I have been married for I don't want to blow this, 21 years.
Don't screw this up.
But we've been together for 31 years
Wow.
as a couple. So, yeah, we lived down there.
Okay.
And, I liked the anonymity of living in the city.
Yeah.
And being able to, a lot of stuff to do.
Yep.
But, man, as soon as I came back to Ellensburg, that was it.
Yeah. So, I love going home to visit. I'm from Tacoma.
Yeah.
We just went there for an overnight. I love going to visit. And then, because we have our friend from Atlanta visiting first time, I say, as soon as you crest that hill and you start dropping down over the pass, it's like,
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. So we, go back and visit too. And I like to be there for a few days.
Yeah.
In Portland. And
yeah. She lived in Portland for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We probably talked about this. So farming, you're a farmer now, right?
Yeah.
That's your life. I love having conversations with you about that world and how all those things work. Have you always farmed in Ellensburg, or have you had other jobs here?
Let's see. Well, in Ellensburg, for the most part, I've always farmed.
Okay.
From the time I was 11, and that was kind of my mom just telling my dad to get him out of the house and burn some energy off.
Yeah.
I wasn't much help back then, but for the most part, I think I've had a few jobs, winter jobs, because there's not a lot to do on the farm in the winter.
Yeah, sure.
So,
right. Okay.
But not, I worked at the John Deere dealership a couple winters, and worked at a car wash for a bit and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's been farming. When I lived in the city, I had other jobs, obviously, but bricklaying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
farming's been...
Yeah. Farming's kind of a thing. Farming's a thing that jumps me out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
The other stuff, the other jobs I always had, was like, I can't believe I have to go to work. Where now I'm like laying in bed thinking about, I got to get going.
You do. Yeah.
And then I get going.
I just had a thought. I just lost it. It'll come back. I got to meet, it's been a few years ago when we had the foster boys. I got to bring them out to your parents' place and meet them and see their place. I've been to your house many times. Oh yeah. So you're leading it. You're the Rosbach Farms.
Well, my dad, I guess, would be the president. He's still doing it at 78 years old. And
wow.
And then my brother and I would be vice presidents. So we kind of all have our little section. So we have, my dad likes to count the money and do the books. And my brother's kind of on the growing side of it, and I'm more on the selling side of it. But, obviously we talk about it all and have our input on everything. But
how far does your brother live from you?
He lives just around the corner. So when you come to my house, he's the second to the last house on Joseph before you turn on to Denmark.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And your parents live right.
Yeah, we're all pretty much on the farm.
Of land for how long? Since 1890?
Yeah, so where my dad and my brother live, that's always been part of the farm. Where I live, I think we bought that in the 80s.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So we ride together.
Yep.
Professor, farmer. Yeah. We love our motorcycles, right?
Yeah.
I always say when I have my biker gear on, I'm really tough.
Yeah.
Right? Oh,
he is.
We're so tough.
I've seen him.
When was the first time you rode a motorcycle? Outside of the farm. I'm guessing maybe on the farm you did it, because I see a lot of guys.
Yeah. Four-wheelers, and now it's kind of side-by-sides. But on the street, I'm trying to think if I had dirt bikes when I was in high school and stuff, and then I think the first time I rode a bike on the street that, wasn't
a dirt bike or work.
Right.
Just
was
for pleasure.
The Harley I bought at 5 years clean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that the one you sold to Aaron?
Yes, the black one.
That was a nice bike.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that was really my first street bike and riding.
So you were 40, 30?
Yeah, 41, I think.
41.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
and did you always have a longing to want to do that, or did addiction get in the way, or how did that?
The thing for me in addiction is I couldn't see past that, so I really had no aspirations, goals, or anything. Yeah. It was just trying.
But you got into recovery, and then it's like, I want to bike.
And you see, it's it's pretty popular in recovery. People get bikes and want to ride, and so that it was appealing. And then once I got it and rode, then it was over.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
it only took a couple times,
Yeah.
and I knew
Yeah.
I had just inherited an expensive hobby.
Yeah. And I want to share, I'm going to toot your horn because you're probably also one of the most humble guys I know. Is I love riding, but I'm really picky about who I ride with. And I think you are too, and hey, whatever a guy wants to do, that's fine. But the idea of poker runs, going from bar to bar to bar and drinking and then getting on your bike, it's like baffling to me. So I'm not into that, but like, if that's your thing, you go ahead. But right. So I like riding with people who know how to ride, aren't idiots and blah, blah, blah. And you've always been someone like, if you're in my mirror, I'm good.
Yeah. It's important. I try to stay a little bit, I'm not doing poker runs either. I'm not.
Yeah, sure.
A fan of that. Occasionally, I ride with people who aren't in recovery or whatever, just as a, because it's fun, and that's always good. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of times, and I'm sure you get this too, where people know you as a person in recovery, whether it's on stuff like this or around town, and they want to be near that for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, it's attractive.
Yeah, just being who you are attracts people to that way of life, whether it's they have an issue with it or they know somebody who has an issue with it. Yeah. Everybody has somebody in their life that can't stop using. Yeah. And so when people meet somebody who has, it's appealing.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
So I try to keep those doors open. But my favorite is, riding with you and your son or the crowd that we ride with. Yeah. When we do the group rides and stuff, that's the best.
And we fucking miss Ryan.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that was one of the things that we had talked about, at the early stages of recovery. When we were hanging out and driving to meetings and stuff, talking about how cool it would be to have Harleys and ride side by side, and then it happened. It didn't happen. So that was cool.
Yeah, I had a moment. Him and I were in town on Main Street, and we had just left the pawn shop. I think we were in there looking at guns or something, probably.
Yeah.
And we got out, and he had just gotten his bike. It wasn't too long, and it wasn't long after I had gotten Ruby, my bike.
Yeah.
And we're sitting on Main Street, right at Capitol and Main. He looks at me, and I look at him, and he looks at me. He says, "Not a bad life, is it?" Yeah. Right?
Yeah, he was definitely one of the people that really appreciated the things he got.
Yeah.
Because I think he never thought he'd get them.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
I try to surround myself with people like that too, that appreciate the life they have.
Yeah.
That's pretty important.
So, dad, 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby's 20. How old is your other daughter?
Lila's 14.
14.
She'll be 15 in February.
Feeling old?
Yeah.
I know, right? It's
crazy. Pretty much.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to think. Most of the people that I hang out with the exception of you, are quite a bit younger than me. So I feel old all the time.
Right. Yeah.
All at least 10 years younger.
Well, just hang out with me more if you feel young, because Anthony's going to be 15 and going to driver's ed. My grandson.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Tyler's 35.
Yeah.
He's an old man.
He is an old man.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's do a question. I think this will steer us in some direction. Here we go. As a 4th generation farmer, which is just wild, that's super cool. You carry a deep legacy. Like, that's a lot of history.
Yeah.
So how has recovery shaped the way you approach both the land and your family's tradition?
Okay, so I guess I would say what recovery has done for that stuff is has helped me appreciate it more. The thing, farming's a tough job, and it gets technology-wise, it gets easier every year because they come out with new fancy stuff and GPS trackers and GPS trackers and stuff like that. But the economy and how that fits in seems to get harder all the time. So it's really easy to focus on the problems. If I had hay down and it rained, I just lost a bunch of money, so you're constantly watching the weather and, this is going on and that's going on and political stuff. And it's easy. it's easy to get sucked into that. So recovery has taught me to look for the things to be grateful for. Mm-hmm. So I think that would probably be, I'm not saying, the three of us, my dad, my brother, and I don't sit around and complain about stuff.
Don't we all? Yeah.
Sometimes you got to let that out. Mm-hmm. But I try to live my life grateful that I have the opportunity to. Like, I want to be 90% grateful and 10% worried about the problems. Where that's I think,
a good mindset.
Left to my own devices, I'm more the other way. 90% worried about the problems and 10% grateful. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to be happy like that, no matter how good you got it.
Yeah. So let's... a couple things. I think about you probably more than I should. And let me say why. Anytime the weather shifts, sometimes I'll text you like, "Ooh, how's this? How is this? Or how's this going to affect you?" Like, it's fascinating to me. I like to learn about a variety of things. So, what do you do with the stress? Because you do have stress. Farming is a stressful life. What do you do with it?
Well, I think. I will say this, like taking my recovery attitudes and principles to work was probably the last place, I took it. Mm-hmm. The stress can be a lot, and there are still times where I wake up at 3 a.m. trying to figure out how all this is going to work.
Right.
But for the most part, I would say I try not to focus too much on it. I feel like if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, everything's going to work out.
Day, right?
Yeah, definitely a day at a time. Yeah, for sure. But I feel like if I do what I'm supposed to do, everything's going to be okay. So let's just not worry about it. And most problems I've seen that you wake up with, if you just go to work and do your thing, by the end of the day, they're at least better. Maybe they haven't gone away completely, but sometimes they do that too. So I really try to keep my focus on. Just put one foot in front of the other, keep moving, and you make some progress, and by the next Monday, it's not even a problem anymore. A lot of times.
Yeah, and there's that saying of those things that we worry about today, we're not even going to know what we were worrying about a year from now.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a saying in farming, and 100 years from now, nobody's going to care. I mean, whatever my great grandfather was worried about on September 21st. Doesn't exist anymore. So was it that big a deal?
So you're into season, yeah?
Yeah, we are. I got to plant some wheat coming up this week. Okay. And then we're running water for a couple more weeks, and then then
I saw they just shut the cascade, the last one off.
No, so the KRD's been off since October.
Right.
They're a junior district, and the Cascade will run till the end of September.
Got it.
And then Ellensburg Water Company will run till probably the middle of October.
So you have three sources of water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a wild guess that you have senior water rights?
Some. So where our farm is located, it's senior water rights, and we have some creek rights, and some of them are signed by Ulysses S. Grant, so they're pretty old.
Wow. Do you have those documents?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's super cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. And then, but really, like, I don't know the exact year where it went from senior to junior, but they were in the 1890s as well. The junior are just a few years.
I see what you're saying.
So they're not. Wow. Yeah, it happened a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, yeah, this is good. You're a husband, father, and mentor to many.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. How has sobriety influenced the way you show up in those roles?
Okay. Well, again, I think it's a work in progress.
Let's do this.
Okay.
What was it like pre-sobriety?
Yeah, well, not great. Like I said before, Chris and I have been together for 31 years, and I've been clean for 17.
Yep.
I had a period of 11 years there, too, and a relapse in between the 11 and the 17.
Oh, my gosh. I probably knew this, but okay.
Yeah, so there was a couple
very
years
similar paths
where it fell apart. So when we first met, I was a mess.
Okay.
And she was less of a mess, but it, it's kind of in the party scene in college, and it kind of seemed to work. And then she grew up, and I didn't.
Okay.
And so it was rough for a bit. Mm-hmm. And then I got clean in 1996.
Oh my gosh.
And was clean, like I say, for 11 years. And so in there, like somewhere in there, we got married. Like she wanted to wait and see if it was going to work.
What this guy's gonna do?
And then we got married. 5 minutes later, I fell off the wagon.
Oh God!
Or it seemed like that.
Yeah,
anyway.
sure.
And then it took me a few years to get back to it. So, it, like I said earlier, when I'm using drugs, alcohol, whatever, any mood or mind altering substance, that's all I'm thinking about. And I cannot do anything else. I'm powerless over doing anything other than making sure that happens.
That's the focus.
Yeah, staying loaded in some form or fashion. So, that was terrible. I was unemployable. There's language in the corporation paperwork that you have to be clean to work there.
Oh,
that's some of a lot of it's in there because of me and the issues that I've had.
Interesting.
Which I support.
Yeah,
And
sure.
as a father, I couldn't imagine
Yeah.
how I would even do any of that loaded. So, obviously, stopping the use of all that stuff fixed a lot of those problems automatically. Right. I still have some issues, the defects of character that I have that I try to work on. So it's a work in progress. I think what I want to be is somebody who's supportive to everyone and whatever their choices are, for the most part, so they can be who they are. Because I think what recovery has really given me, if anything, is a clear picture of who I am. Not who I think I am or who you think I am, but who I really am. And then once I knew that, then I can be that. And I can be that here. I can be that at work. I can be that, And the mentor thing, I guess, for that, for the most part, I sponsor a lot of different guys in the 12-step fellowship of Narcotics Anonymous. And of all different backgrounds and variety of lifestyles and different things. And, but the thing with that is addiction connects us. Anybody that would give up everything just to get high one more time is my kind of people. Like, I understand that way of thinking. So that, honestly, those relationships are more beneficial to me than they are to them. As I'm sure you probably know, like helping somebody else see themselves for who they are is pretty powerful stuff. So,
and fulfilling, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's nothing better than seeing somebody come in the grips of addiction and then turn into a productive member of society that can also help somebody else. Like, nobody can help somebody out of that better than somebody who's been there. So that's that's my favorite for sure.
I'm going to be Justin's scheduled to come on in October.
Awesome.
I'm super excited because I just thought of him. Like, I remember the first time I met him. And he walked in the KCRCO, and just seeing his trajectory when we get to witness that, even not even being a part of it, but seeing it. But then when you get to have some small part in that, and then see the transformation, like that's powerful stuff.
So powerful. He's one.
The other thing I want to say on this for anyone listening or watching is the other thing that I've always really appreciated about you, because personally I was highly involved in 12-step programs along the way, did all the things. I was a sponsor, did the 12 steps, locally I was involved in Alcoholics Anonymous, and it's a valuable program. Personally now it's just not my thing. It's not my shtick. I'll go to a meeting here and there. The one thing that I've always appreciated about you, and I know you don't just do this with me, is that you're just you. You're not like the religious person always pushing their thing. It's like, that's really off-putting. It's actually makes it more attractive when someone is like you and just does your thing. And it brings me to this. Sometimes the best thing we can do to help someone is what? Just do our thing. Right? Just like you said earlier, like you with bikes, riders, or whatever, some people see and they get a feel for what your life is in recovery, and they kind of want to hang out with you. They want to see what it is. And you've always been open in that way. Like never, like we call it an AA Bible book or AA book thumpers.
Right.
And it's like, if that's your thing, that's great. But that's a really cool thing about you. And I've always appreciated that. And I'm just guessing that others have too. And maybe has made them more open to coming into NA or getting involved or whatever it is. So,
yeah. I've always felt that for me personally, the people that chase me around to try to get me clean just made me run away more.
Yeah.
There's there's a saying in the Narcotics Anonymous literature that's like, what do you want to do about your problem and how can I help? So I want to be there to help whoever I can help. But it's really like the only person that got you clean, sober, whatever was you. Same with me. If you're not participating, nothing I say or do is going to make any difference. So,
but the thing I'll say to that, because I hear what you're saying. Like, I just did a quick writing about my little journeys when I go to Tacoma, but like, certainly I've had to do the work. Like, at some level I had to say, yeah, I guess I'll give this a try. But I think there's also something to you being who you are and others who do that same thing, who present avenues of recovery in a way that is, there's a saying, and I think it's AA, one of the two, attraction rather than promotion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there's really something to that. Like you said, like if someone's like, I'll tell families, like oh man, I field calls and it's not always moms. I've actually had dads, but the mom or the dad who's like just trying to pull their kid and in. I'm like, sometimes the best thing you can do is step back.
Yeah.
And just model recovery.
Right.
Just show them there's a different way.
Yeah.
And then the second that they say, oh yeah, I'll give this a try, and then go, okay, let's go.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I definitely, there's a pretty tried and true laid out program that I follow. That's how I stay clean, how I got clean, how I stay clean, that, millions of people also do.
Yep.
So that, but I'm not trying to, because there's all kinds of ways to get clean, sober, whatever you want to call it. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Whole bunch of words we can use too, right?
Yeah. And so whatever works for you, I'm for.
And if someone can improve their life.
Yeah.
And if I can have some part of that, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think that, it's important to stay open-minded to that stuff.
Yeah.
I just know for me, like, I tried a lot of different things, and what I'm doing now seems to work pretty well.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty happy with it.
Well, you are for sure. And I don't know if did you know that I was in recovery for 10 and a half years and returned to use, and then now have just a little bit more time than you?
I think I did know
I had no idea that we have
really?
very similar paths. That's really interesting.
I think that's the thing, is that addiction is running the show. So, I have friends. I sponsor a guy in Sweden. I have friends in Southern California that live in Compton and stuff like that. The some of the details are different, but the path of addiction is the same for everybody. It's really close to the same. So,
yeah. All right, so let's talk about writing. You and I share that love for writing.
Yeah.
Very different people in our professions. But man, when we get on our bikes, we share that same love for motorcycles.
Yeah.
What does writing mean to you in terms of freedom, brotherhood, and or even recovery?
I think, like I said, it was something I didn't know I loved until I tried it. It was appealing seeing other people do it, and it was kind of a goal I set. But since I have started doing it, it definitely, it's hard to explain because we ride together. We're not talking because you're on your own bike. So there's none of that going on, but there is something that, connects you to the person that you're riding with, and some of the stuff that we do, the group rides for Ryan and stuff, where there's a whole bunch of us riding and there's a purpose behind it. You don't get that in a car. No. It just doesn't work in a car. So that stuff's really cool. Like I said, I think for me, when I just go for a ride by myself, there's something about being on the bike and riding that quiets the brain. All the chatter, trying to figure out stuff, and I have one of those brains that doesn't shut off all the time. And so it's one of those things that I found in recovery that has an effect like I was trying to do with the drugs, shut the brain off for a little bit. And this also works, but it doesn't have the
negative side effects.
Yeah. I mean, unless I'm speeding, which I've done a couple times. Speed limit adjacent, but...
Nice. It was kind of in the field of,
the front
speed
number.
limit.
Well, the front number wasn't the same.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like you're right. It's kind of one of those things, unless it's kind of like recovery in some ways, or having lived a life in active addiction. If you haven't done it, it's hard to really explain it in some ways.
It is. It's hard to say, and I don't even know if I could put it into words, but I know when you hit the road and you're riding through the canyon or something like that, you feel it.
Yeah. I kind of call it my meditation in some ways, my therapy.
Yeah.
Like I think it's in here, and I've been to lots of counseling, so this isn't a hit on going to counseling, but you never find a motorcycle parked in front of a psychiatrist's office. Now that's actually a lie. I mean, because you can, but it's kind of, it's its own form of therapy.
It is for sure. And I think you would get that answer from a lot of people.
Yeah. And you said something else. You set a goal, right? That I want to get a bike. You found a life in recovery, and so you met that goal, and now you get to enjoy the benefits of achieving that goal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where, it didn't seem real attainable when I set the goal.
Yeah.
But, you just put one foot in front of the other.
Anyone else in your family ride?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was just a me thing.
Girls have an interest?
No.
Has Chris ever rode?
No.
Okay. Katrina, not often. She's got her gear, but okay.
No, it was just kind of one of those things that Chris is real into, like, hiking this and kayaking that.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I got bad knees, so
it's not happening.
He does that with her friends, and I ride motorcycle with my friends.
I know she'll listen to it. Your wife is awesome.
Yeah,
she's another good human. You know, we've been to a couple concerts together now. I've been to your house, and you've had your house full of people, and she's always welcoming and accommodating, and also very real. And you have a good one there.
Yeah, super patient. Like I said, we've been through a lot of stuff in the last 31 years, and people always say, like, oh, you're calm and you're this and that. Not at home, I'm not. Yeah. So, like, she listens to that kind of stuff.
We
like,
have a lot of similarities.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, he never shuts up.
Yeah. We were on the west side at a store, and they had this kitchen towel, and it says on it, let me see if I can get it right. It says, the next time you're laughing at your wife's choices, remember she chose you.
Yeah.
And that's like, that's my girl.
Yeah, for sure.
And I always say I'm the high maintenance one in this relationship.
Yeah, me too.
Because kind of like you, I can get up there with my stress and my worry, and she gets me.
Yeah,
she gets me in a way, and so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're getting toward the end.
Okay.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you're feeling great.
I knew it would be. We talk like this a lot.
Yeah, so. This is normal. This is doing it with a mic and a camera.
Right.
No big deal. All right. So, last question, and then you get to ask me a question if you thought of one or two. Okay. If someone is listening, this is your opportunity. The bully pulpit, you have the fucking mic, dude.
Yeah.
It's going to be your opportunity. If someone is listening and is struggling, whether it's the weight of family expectations, addiction, or just life's grind, what's a piece of hope you want to offer them?
I thought about this one some, and I think it's a tough one to say, right? Like, but what I guess what I would want to say is that whatever you are thinking you can't do, you probably can.
Yeah.
People don't realize that it really just, you need a plan. There's a football coach that said, like, an idea without a plan is a wish.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, you got to have a plan on how you're going to get there, and you're going to have to do some work. But, I think, watching the stuff that you do in life, if you just decide, hey, I want to have a podcast, and this is how I'm going to get there, and you do the steps to get a podcast, and you have a podcast.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, So that's what I think, whether it's getting clean or getting the job you want or, or handling the job you already have better. Like all that stuff is attainable, and there's information out there that you can pick up and use and do. So yeah, I think that would be the biggest thing, is that people sell themselves short, myself included, a lot.
Yeah.
Or they just don't.
What about them? You're 50. You're 50 now, right?
52.
50. Jesus, old man.
Yeah.
52, 58, right? What would you say to a man in his 40s who's like just can't get his shit together?
Well, I don't think the age matters. I got clean when I was 36, and it has gotten progressively better. Every year that I've stayed clean and done the things that I do, and I'm not always the first to dive into stuff. So it's I've picked up stuff as I go, and I my circle of influence, like you talk about, has gotten bigger, and I there's different. I get input from all different kind of places. Where when I got here, I wasn't listening to anybody, and now I listen to all kinds of people. And so it can change at any time. You can completely change your life. I think in a year. If you're miserable in your life and you say, "Hey, I'm done with this," and you start today, a year from now, you can be somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
With whatever.
Decision.
Yeah. And then, doing some work.
Yeah.
There's always a little bit of work involved.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think really the work is the good stuff. It is the little goals you set for yourself and accomplish. You start building some self-esteem, and you start to see what you can do. I think it changes pretty quick. That's been my experience with myself and people I've watched in life and recovery, is they just, keep doing the right thing every day, and pretty soon you're somewhere else completely.
Yeah. I got a guy right now, he just messaged me this morning. He's on a road trip to Canada. He loves going on road trips. He's got his camper on his truck, and he just sent me a message. He says, I got a week.
Yeah.
I'm like, great.
Yeah.
So now do that again. Right?
Yeah.
Do whatever you did.
Yeah.
In the week.
Keep track of that.
Keep the mileage going, right? Repeat those things.
Yeah.
And it's what I think you said this, and it's one of my mantras but you said it in just a different ways, is I'm not the smartest fucking guy in the room.
Yeah.
Like with the podcast.
Right.
I fucking know how to do a podcast.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm willing to do? Figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? Ask for help.
Yeah.
Google the shit, right?
Yeah. Maybe you fail a little bit and you figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
And 5 years from now, this thing will be nationwide.
Yeah. I was watching at our Airbnb, I was watching a documentary on this baseball player, the Oakland A's and the LA Dodgers in '88 when the Dodgers won the World Series. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, this one player, he ended up hitting the, game-winning fucking home run, and his knee.
Yeah, Kurt Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
And you know what he said? That was like, fuck yeah. So you know about this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
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 I had no idea. Really cool. Right at the end, the reporters asked him, he says, you know what? They're like, how'd you do it? He's like, I can't tell you how many failures I've had running up to this.
Yeah.
You just keep fucking going.
Yeah. You're swinging the bat.
Yeah. You just keep fucking going.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like I said, I think that people in addiction, especially, because you always lose. Addiction always wins. So you're used to just getting your butt kicked day in and day out.
Yeah.
And so they give up, or you whatever, you went to a couple meetings and it didn't work out, or you went to this or that, and this is stupid. I'm just, I'm stuck where I'm at. And you're not, you just didn't go to the right meeting, or you didn't go to enough of them, or you didn't, maybe it's this fellowship or that fellowship.
Whatever.
Yeah. You didn't connect with the right people. Definitely the people that you're connected with, is important. Determine who you are and where you're going.
And I say to people, like, in early recovery, like, surround yourself. Like, I'm all about, like you too, like, I want a wide pocket of people in my life today. But I think early recovery, it's really important. Surround yourself with people in recovery.
Yeah.
Because that's a safety net, right? That's what NA is all about. AA is all about. Support groups, whatever you do, whether it's your church or your, like, treatment, that you're surrounded. You have that safety net so that the 30, 60, 90, 6 months, right? That period of time when I remember, I'm like, I can't do this. No, you've got people that can help keep lifting you up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very important.
Okay. What's a question you have for me?
So I was thinking about this too, and what I see, you're a doer. You're one of those people that gets an idea and then does it. So of all the things that you have either been involved in or are involved in this community, what fills your cup the most? Like, where do you get the most bang for your buck?
This has actually been on my mind lately, and it really goes to my work on campus, because I'm a college professor, but I do a lot of other work on campus. And doing something like this and the work I do in the community is mentoring.
Yeah.
Like, really, like a student comes to Central, it happened. The student sent me a message that I had met over the summer. He's a freshman, and I must have given him my number, and he sent me a message, said, "Hey, I'm on campus, let's meet." I want to take that, and I want to build that relationship with that young man for the entire time he's here and beyond.
Yeah.
Like, that shit gets me excited.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
grandson Anthony, like, mentoring him. Like, my role as a grandfather is different than a father.
Right.
It's a pretty cool role, and it's got its own stress with it, but mentoring him. Alaric, like, I sent Alaric a message, my grandson, who's my meal ticket to retirement with his football skills, right?
Pretty talented.
Yeah, right? But I sent him a message because they ended up losing their game.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, grandson, given that tidbit of grandpa mentorship, but
yeah,
being impactful in that way,
yeah,
like yeah,
absolutely.
Like, Calvin wouldn't mind me saying his name. Like, he's changing his relationship with alcohol again, and he's back at Ellensburg. He was a former student. He went in the military. He did a good job. He got out. He's back. I'm so excited he's back.
Yeah,
because we get to build that friendship. This dude, you're like one of my favorite fucking humans in the world.
Yeah, thank you.
And then I could say, of course, riding's awesome. But that's it. I mean, really mentoring and helping people see that they, like you were talking about, that they have it within them.
Yeah.
Dude, if you and me, if this guy and me, if we can fucking be sitting here with 17, 18 years of recovery, you have a good fucking life,
Anybody can do it.
Anyone can fucking do it. Trust me, we're not real smart, right?
No special.
So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. This will be a good one to get out there. So if you've been on the live, very good. Until next time, have a good day. Thanks for listening to Deep Dive with Dr. D. You can follow me on my other social media channels by clicking the link in the description.